President Obama wrapped up his first visit to China today. He is now in South Korea, the last stop on a four-nation tour. Bloomberg's Peter Cook has been traveling with the president. He joins us now live from Beijing. So, Peter, what should we take away from the president's visit in China?
A couple of things, Deirdre. First off, you should take away it's very cold in Beijing, perhaps colder than his native Chicago. But more importantly, you should take away that President Obama is not going to rock the boat with China, at least not publicly in his first year, at least so far. During the course of his 3 days here, very conciliatory to the Chinese, also striking a tone of cooperativeness with the Chinese, talking about how these two countries together can solve global challenges, need to solve global challenges together moving forward. We can also take away that the Chinese know they are now in a new place in the world. Their level on the world stage has been elevated, in part because of their economic power now, in part because they are America's largest creditor, and they're willing to flex those muscles somewhat. They carefully orchestrated the president's visit here, controlled much of it, if you will, and that was reflected over the past 3 days. Finally, you should take away that there are big differences still between these countries, especially on economic issues. We talked about the currency issues, no real progress there. Trade tensions definitely simmer through this relationship. Deirdre?
So, Peter, I want to ask you about trade and about currency, but it sounds very noisy where you are.
This is a busy city, Deirdre. There's a lot going on in Beijing, a lot of cranes still working. This is a happening place even at this time of night.
Right. So let's talk about the U.S., its expectations. I mean, did the U.S. expect China to make some commitments on the currency at these talks?
Well, I think it would have been a nice surprise if it happened, but I spoke to one senior administration official who told me they had no expectation that President Hu Jintao would say something publicly in that prepared statement yesterday with regard to the currency. They knew that there was so much attention on it and that it would be a big surprise to them. Yet the administration privately and, again, economists in a lot of places think ultimately China's going to have to move on that currency. Perhaps next year, it's going to be months. A lot of things have to happen first, but it wasn't going to happen at this event. Eric?
Peter, thank you very much. That's Peter Cook in Beijing.